everybody. Welcome back to this week's episode of Tough Love and Tecates. This week we're going to be talking about how to decide what career path to follow. So, Mom, how did you decide that this is what you wanted to do, be a realtor, and go down this path?
For me, it was I reached a point where I had managed a real estate office. I had done a little bit of transaction coordination, and they weren't going to give me the company. I feel like I had already reached where, like, the ceiling, if you will, like within the office space. So it was the only natural progression. Like, I had cut the commission checks for agents for so many years and seen the type of money and opportunity that was there. So I just made the move to go get my license, to get my real estate license. And in doing that, I didn't even realize what an impact like real estate is, and what I'm able to do as far as like serve my community. Like, there's so many people that I know, they never thought that they could own a home. They just didn't have the tools and resources to understand what it was to do so. So for me, it was just, I love that not only do I get to do what I love, but I also get to serve a very underserved community, to be able to give them the tools, knowledge, and resources to be able to reach a goal that so many think is unattainable or isn't the right goal. Right. Or I don't know if I said that right, but basically, like, there's so many people that they don't buy a house because they're afraid. They're afraid of the commitment of the mortgage, not realizing that a lease is just as big of a commitment. They're afraid that, if something happens to them, they can't pay the mortgage, when there's so many federally funded programs where if you can't make your payment, then there's programs there to assist you. Like, foreclosure is literally the last option a bank goes through, and there's so many steps in between that you could help avoid a foreclosure. You're able to cash out on your equity. So just stuff like that. I know you've been thinking of what to do next. So what are your thoughts? What do you think you're going to dive into?
Well, personally, I think I'm still aiming towards being an esthetician. I feel like when I was in cosmetology and I was going through all those other programs, like through the one, it was just, I hated hair. It was not my thing. I was getting irritated with something every day with that course. And then even with nails, I actually kind of liked that too, but I feel like that wasn't my calling. The only time that I was like, oh, okay, like, I could actually see myself doing this, like, where it's not only beneficial for me, but I'm also helping somebody else, like, get their own piece throughout the process, was, like, the facial course and the esthetician. And, you know me, like, I love picking at pimples and blackheads and stuff like that. Obviously, I get it from her.
Only when I want her to.
Yeah. But, yeah, I was just, like, I could see myself doing this for sure, like, long-term wise. And then I always told you, like, it would be cool if I had my own little, like, mobile type of business too, where, like, say if, like, moms are, like, too swamped at the house or something like that, they can't leave, go to them, like, go provide the service to them over there at their, like, their own safe space, their home, and be able to give them, like, a moment where they're able to take to themselves, like, they're separated from being a mom and just being able to take themselves. And
I will say, your vision is yours, and I think that's like, so many people look to the outside for people to co-sign the things that they want to do. But just as a mom, and you will learn this too, not to say there is or there isn't a demand for what you envision, because, again, your vision is yours. So I don't want to, but most moms, like, they want to take that time to get out of their house.
Yeah, but that's why there's options though. Like, I have my own location though, obviously, if they want to, but say if, like, they can't get out of the house for whatever reason, say, like, they're, I don't know, like, disabled in any type of way or something like that, and they can't get out of the house, I could be able to provide that service to be able to go to them.
Thank you. I was envisioning something else. Thank you for clarifying.
Like, providing, like, for the ones that aren't able to physically get out the house when they want to.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
so
that makes total sense.
Everybody needs that moment to themselves, and I feel like a lot of people don't, like, even like how you are sometimes, like, you don't think about yourself all the time. You put a lot of people's needs at first. So, like, when it comes to, like, taking that time for yourself to, like, regroup, realize that you're human or whatever, and just go with it, take time to peace.
I'm learning. It took me 43 years.
But, like, stuff like that. Like, that's why I'm always, like, And I feel like that's so calming to me too. Like if they want to talk, cool. But if they don't, they sit there, enjoy their massage, whatever the case is. Like even like the scalp treatments and stuff like that. There's someone that I worked at that when I used to work at that office building, there was a girl that had her own office space where she did the scalp treatments and stuff like that. She was telling me about like how some one lady like fell asleep for like a whole hour even after her session was done, and she let her just because she knew that she was like having a rough time or whatever. And I was like, that's cool.
I did that. I fell asleep in yoga after work one time and I stayed there. I used to go to yoga for lunch when I worked at the Remax, and it was...
Is it that one that was on the same street?
Yeah, on Tennyson.
Okay.
And I stayed in Vinyasa. I don't even know what the pose was, but I knocked out cold. It wasn't child's pose. Child's pose, you're like, down.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
If I fell asleep like that and somebody didn't wake me up, I'd go viral.
That reminds me of when I fell asleep during yoga when I went to escuela.
Oh, that was funny. Can I share that story?
Go ahead.
Just because,
go right ahead.
So she went to school and there was this young little hipster, right? And so they taught like an after school yoga class. And I go pick Trini up and this little, we'll just call her, I don't know what we'll call her, but chick. She came up to me and she's the one who taught the yoga class. And she tells me like that she fell asleep and that because she had a nightmare.
Yeah,
when she fell asleep and she woke up crying, and she tells me like, sometimes when kids have nightmares, it's because they have really deep rooted issues. My daughter was maybe 5, like she hadn't even approached.
Do you even know what trauma was? Like, what?
So my instant response to her was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, have you ever had a nightmare? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, have you dealt with your issues? The teachers couldn't get me out of there fast enough, but I just thought it.
Move on to the next.
Thanks, ma'am. See you later.
And you want to know what's funny is I remember that dream being about like you guys getting eaten by a shark. I remember that dream so vividly to this day. But
so what trauma did you?
The ocean. Terrified of it. Actually, that's true. I'm very terrified of the ocean. But like the beach. I love the beach. But I couldn't imagine myself being on a cruise.
I was going to say, she's a liar. She says she's terrified of the ocean.
No, I'm terrified of like deep water where I can't see nothing underneath me.
Okay, that makes sense.
You don't know what can't see you. That freaks me out.
That makes sense, but...
Yes, and then being on a cruise.
I'm like, this chick can't even just get her feet wet, like, since she was able to walk. It's like, oh, we're just going to get our feet
water.
wet.
Don't get me wrong. I love splash. Water. And I'm actually craving that right now, like being in a pool. But everything's so cold. Everything's cold now.
You can go do a ice bath in the pool in the backyard.
You should. You want to do it today?
It's pretty cold.
Let's do it.
I don't know about we, but...
No, we.
You can. You can. So anyways, what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
We're talking about career paths, how to go down, like which one to choose from.
Okay. Well, I feel like there's so many... One, there's a shortage in trades. If you are young, if you are hungry, and you don't know what exactly to do to be able to provide for yourself or your family, I mean, there's so many programs right now where they will pay for you to get your licensing and certification, whether it's electrical, HVAC, framing, anything like that, anything in regards to trades, anything for building. There is such a shortage that there are resources available. We're happy to help you find any if you want to reach out. But there are so many things that you can do. My thing, like, honestly, I was raised, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, the more I'm learning, I've been doing a lot of, like, soul searching and just reaching out to different outlets and, trying to find my way.
Yeah.
Like, even myself at 43 years old, I feel like everything was going so fast, so smooth, so everything for such a long time. And then I felt like the rug was ripped out from underneath me. And then it seems like these last few years have just been like rediscovering myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I noticed it. It's really nice to see.
Thank you. I hope it inspires you to know, like, when shit gets tough, like, I feel like we're in such a society that they tell us, like, oh, you got to figure it out. You got to keep it moving. You got to do this. You got to do that.
I feel like everybody thinks that they have to do it at a certain timeline, too. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's always, like, because they see everybody else doing it, they're like, oh, my God, like, not to say, like, it's, like, something where they're in competition, but it's also, like, they feel like,
Well, I don't think it's competition. I think what we see a lot of is comparison.
There we go.
There's so many
it.
people, especially with social media and stuff like that. There's
Oh, yeah.
so many people that look at what somebody posts, look at what they have, look at this, and it creates this comparison of, well, we're the same age. Why don't I have the things that they have? And she's a mom too. I can do what she can do. And
right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like comparison is like, it robs you of like just happiness and joy and peace. Because
take it in the now moment.
God gave each one of us our own paths. And for me, I'm learning as I think I already knew it as a younger person, because I feel like when I look back on my life, like I truly did have it all. Like I still do. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like life, before I let life bring me to my fucking knees, I had the mindset that I needed to just live in gratitude. Like everything that I had, like it was beautiful. Like everything was peaceful, everything. And I had so much love to give that I gave it to everybody in the form of love, in the form of experiences, in the form of physical things, in the form of money, in the form, every way that I knew, because I was so full, it just overflowed out of me.
Yeah.
And then as life humbled me and changed circumstances, and I mean, I changed my own circumstances. I'm a risk taker. I'm not scared to try something new. So this whole relocation, this whole everything, I took all these risks. And in taking all these risks, I feel like I was reaching so outward for every single thing. Like, I need to get this. I need to get that. I need to have that. I need to have that. That I lost touch with me.
Yeah.
So I was doing things that were out of character. I was constantly judging and feeling guilty for not being able to give, not being able to provide, not being able to show up for everybody else. And it's like I feel like God took all that away from me so that I can get back in touch with just Him and myself. And it's the most scary but beautiful experience that as soon as you get out of your own head to stop questioning why, everything just unfolds like how it's supposed to. And it's like now that I'm becoming more in touch with myself and trying to get back on the path of being the woman that I know God made me to be, it's just like, I want everybody to have it. I want everybody. Like, I want all my sisters. I want you. I want Alicia. Like, all the people that I love the most, I want to bring them on this journey with me, because I'm learning so much. And it's changing who I am, but for the better.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of, I don't know. I know we totally got off subject, but.
No. But...
Where were we? Squirrel?
No, but I feel like that's like couldn't be more true. Like how you said, like the way you've always told me, if you're happy with what you do for work, like it doesn't feel like you're working a day in your life.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, like, there's so many things too. Like I remember when I dropped out of high school, I was doing the GED thing, and then they did the concurrent enrollment, which they paid for. Well, actually, no, you paid for, right? I
paid some, but I didn't pay. If you would have gone to a different program.
There was opportunities there. Had I followed through with the whole thing, I mean, I obviously, didn't take full advantage of what my opportunities were, in front of me. I could admit that. But it helped me also realize, what I really, truly, do want to do. Because even for these past years, since cosmetology, I have been stuck on that esthetician thing for so freaking long that it's just, I've been making excuses for anything not to freaking just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, and I want to do it. And it's not, especially now, with my baby boy on the way,
I'm like, it's a boy, dude.
It's a boy.
I swore it was a girl.
Me too.
I still refer to the baby as a girl, so if it comes out being a girl,
it's okay. His daddy,
you heard it here first.
He said bye to the baby this morning, and he's like, bye, baby girl. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. My little man. I'm like, I can't wrap my head around it. It's going to be
neither.
It's too little.
But I honestly, our conversation in the car the other day, I was trying to, shove life insurance down her throat, because it was an opportunity that came into my life, and I just saw it as a great opportunity for her. And that's not to say that it couldn't still be a great opportunity, but I feel like the hardest, like, nobody teaches you how to raise your adult children. Like, it's the hardest thing, because you still see them as they're like this big, and you want to like protect them and mold them and shape them and do all these things. But I felt like it was putting a strain on our relationship, where it was just, I had an expectation for her that she wasn't meeting, and I hated the way I felt. So it comes back to like looking inside, like, what is it with me that makes me want to like tell people what they should and shouldn't do?
Yeah.
And I will close it out with just kind of like, I hope you know, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, I understand. I'm learning, like, your life is your life and it's your journey. And I mean, I think this life insurance thing could be a great opportunity, but if it's not what's tugging at your heart, just go with what is inside of you, because only you know what God laid out for you. And to hear you talk about being able to service like people that are not able to get out of their house, or just people that I feel like need that extra love and attention, where you can do what you love, still be able to generate an income to provide for your baby, but it's something that brings you so much love and peace. I feel like that's what everybody needs.
Exactly.
Is to just find that purpose, find what fills your heart but lets you be of service to other people, and then everything else just falls into place.
Amen.
Amen. Well,
Thank you guys for joining us. Join us next week as well. We'll see you guys soon.
Bunch of love songs.